Hey, y'all. Tasha checking in with another video for y'all. And this video is going to be a product review on a company, a Black-owned sanitary napkin company, y'all. Let's get into it. All right, let's do it. So, this product that I'm about to show you all, I was so excited about. So I went to a vendor event last Saturday, and there was a company there that was a Black-owned company that were talking about sanitary napkins for women. And I found it to be very interesting. It was a husband and a wife combo sitting behind the table, and they were talking about how their pads are going to eliminate odor. They have leak protection guard. They eliminate the toxins from what their competitors release unto women. They gave a whole spiel about how one brand that I love in particular, which is Always, that they use recyclable material and they use bleach in the liner in the middle, that blue liner part in the middle. They gave us this whole spiel about how they lift the toxins over the years of you using those pads from you. And they even said that the strip that they have in the middle of their pad gives you some UV ultra rays unto you to help you feel a little better during your cycle. The guy says he got started in wanting to do the pads because his daughter was experiencing cramps and was experiencing all types of different issues within her menstrual cycle. So he got started in this. And so he sold me on the product. I was super excited. And I'm going to give y'all my raw opinion on this product, okay, versus my Always Faithful Always pads, okay. And I'm gonna show y'all how I look at everything. So if I look away, I'm not looking away from y'all. So anyway, let's get started. So first of all, let's talk about my trusty Always brand. Always. I love Always, right? And this is how Always looks. Okay, so this I use, and I'm being very candid in this video. So y'all, I don't care. I'm giving y'all a review. So Always versus this new Black-owned company, right? Okay, so Always I use overnights because I do not want my underwear to get messed up during my cycle. And on my first 2 days, I am bleeding like Freddy Krueger and Jason is down there having a fight, child. And I ain't trying to have a mess, especially because I'm on the go. I work. My job is very physical, my full-time job, and I'm just like, I need that. So this is how Always pads looks. They have the little piece there, okay? And I'm going to show y'all how the pad looks. So this is an overnight pad. You take the little piece off. This is the blue piece that they were talking about that they claim is toxic and hazardous to your health, okay? But I've been using Always for a long time, especially this particular overnight brand. Even though it's for overnights, I use it all the time. So the competitors, now I do not have one of their pads, but I have the paper from their pads. So I'm going to show y'all the best of my ability, because when I tell y'all the story about these pads, you're going to see why I don't have any more available. Okay, so let's finish talking about Always before I get into them. So Always comes in this pack, right? In this pack, you get 46 pads, okay? And this is how the pack looks. And for 46 pads, you end up paying about $7 to $10 for 46 pads, okay? And they work for me. I can use that whole pack. That whole pack will last me about 2.5 menstrual cycles, okay? Versus our competitors. Now, this is the packaging that their pad came in. So the pad was like from here to here. So let's bring up the Always pad to show y'all the difference. Okay, so this is the difference. Okay, so this is an overnight, and this is their overnight. So I got an overnight because I know how I am. So this is their overnight. So this is the paper that it came in, and the pad extended from here to here. As you can see with the Always brand, it extends from here to here. So Always is of course much bigger. Okay, so They did have a tape piece, just like always have. So when you take out the used pad, you can put it in here, roll it up, and tape it closed so you don't expose any nasty, bloody mess. Okay, so that is how their packaging looks for their pad. The package comes in this pack. Okay, and the name of the company is called Rain. It comes in this beautiful purple pack. Love the writing. Love the purple. Purple is my favorite color. Absolutely love this. Okay, on the front, this little diamond piece, it says that it has odor control. It's non-toxic, ultra thin, breathable, leak guard protection, and super absorbent. Okay, so that is what they claim that this item is going to do. This company Rain, that this is going to do. In this pack, you get 8 pads. Y'all heard me right? 8. 8 pads in this pack, right? And I know you're thinking, Tasha, how in the world does 8 pads get in that pack that is supposed to be overnight? And it says on the pack, heavy flow. So it says for a heavy flow. 8 pads come in that pack, right? And so I brought that pack, that purple pack from Rain on Saturday. Today I'm doing this video. It is Tuesday. I am out of those pads. Now, mind you, I did not come on my menstrual cycle until Sunday. It is now Tuesday. I am out of the Rain pads. Not only am I out of the pads, I'm going to give you the pros and cons. So, for always, pros and cons for always. With always, I don't really have a whole bunch of cons. Like with always have just always been there, always have never disappointed me. Play on words. I don't have no cons with them. With always, because I know how I flow. I love the overnights. They are thin. Again, let me show y'all the always, because the other brand, the black owned company, says though theirs is ultra thin. Always is thin too. Look at that. And don't let the thin scare you, because I have never had a problem where my cycle has come through the pad onto my underwear. It's always kept the leakage right where it needs to be in the pad. I've never had an issue with always. And I'm a pad chick. Now, I know some people may drop in the comments what kind of chick you are. I know some are like, ew, pads. I'm a tampon chick. Let me tell you something. I don't like tampons. I tried it before. It feels like you're walking around with a D inside of you all day. Now, I ain't want to get graphic. We don't do that on this channel like that, but I just had to be honest. I don't like tampons. So tampons is not my thing. But pads is quick for me. It's easy for me. I like it. It's comfortable for me. So with always, I don't really have no major cons. I mean, the packaging is what it is. I know the company, know the brand. They've been around for a long time. The ultra thin ones work for me. It does not make me feel like I have a diaper on. It's really thin. It controls the leak guard. And they do have, always does have some pads that do have odor protection on them. I'm looking on this pack. I don't think this has the odor protection, but you can get the always pads that do have odor protection in them, because as we know, as women, our cycles can be a bloody, messy, odory mess, right? For a couple of days out of a month. We got to deal with that. So we try to make sure that we do not expose that bloody, odor, messy issue every month to the world. And always keeps my secret. Always when I'm out in the world. Versus the competitors, pros and cons of Rain. Okay, so number one, con of Rain. And it's a new company, and I love black owned companies, and that's why I supported them, because I was like, hey, even if it's a little pricey, if a black owned company is coming along, and I want to support them so they can be on the market, so we can be out there, you know, Black power, all of that, good things. I'm all for it. But Rain disappointed me. Now, let me just say this. They have another pack that is longer. That is a black pack. Now, the lady did say that these would be equivalent to my always overnights, and that's why I got these. But boy, oh boy, did they disappointed. So, the cons of rain. This pack is $10. $10 for 8 pads. It is pretty pricey. Now, I was willing to pay it because I wanted to support the Black-owned company, of course, and then I wanted to know if this brand would actually do everything that this diamond said it would do, right? And so I went ahead and supported. I was like, $10, you know, if it's worth it, I'll pay the money. So $10. This is a con. Now, for some people, $10 is not a con, but in the economy we live in and the generation we live in, $10 can be a con for a pack of 8 pads. Okay, so $10 for the pack. Not only was it $10, they did not extend the length that it needed to extend. My underwear got messed up badly. Like, it was like I was at work, so I was more irritated because all I had was these. I didn't even have a always to kind of say, okay, screw these. I'm gonna go with my always so I can stop this whole spread of a bloody massacre down here in my underwear. So all I had was these. And so they claimed through their demonstration that it is supposed to have a leak, super absorbent. Child, it was not super absorbent for me. Now, this is my whole review is speculative based on the woman, but for when this review mainly is for women who are heavy flow women who are saying, and even if you're not heavy flow, I feel like these are not great, that they still need to get in the laboratory and do some more work on their product. So expensive. They did not hold up against the leak guard. It was leakage everywhere and they were not long enough, and so they messed up my underwear horribly to the point where I probably had to throw those things in the trash. I think I had to throw those in the trash. So they did not hold up to the leak guard. What else? You only get 8 in the pack. 8 for $10. That's another con. 8 pads, if you are a heavy flower, is not going to last you the duration of your cycle. And so you end up finding yourself having to pay $20 for 2 of these if you were going to go that route. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. Ta-da-da-da-da. And yeah, those are pretty much the cons for it. I'm pretty sure if I can think of another con, then I will go ahead and say it. Now, the pros of the of this product. The packaging is beautiful. On the back, they actually have a little story and it says justice for my jewel. So he talked about when he was selling me the product that he wanted to help his daughter who was having uncontrollable, like heavy bleeding, cramps, the whole 9. So he came out with a product that he thought would help her do that through all the products and things that they use within their pad. I thought that was dope. The story behind it was dope. I understand where he's trying to go. I will say this, the odor, it did block the odor. I did not have as much odor down there as I have with always. And when I say odor, don't think that I'm dirty or that I got an STD or something crazy. But what I'm saying is, if you're talking about bloodshed on the pad, things like that and everything, it can have a odor to it. Everybody knows that. That doesn't mean you're dirty. That just means that it's a part of having a cycle, especially if you're using a pad. And whether you're using a tampon, it can be odory mess sometimes. So it did block the odor. Not gonna lie to you, did block the odor. It is a Black-owned company. That's another pro. But yeah, all in all, a con, it did not last. I got this, like I said, my cycle started Sunday. The pack is already gone, and it was actually gone on Monday. So it actually only lasts 8 pads, only lasts me a day, maybe 2. And that is a major con if you are on your cycle. Big con. When I got home, I was driving in the car and I pulled up in my parking lot. And when I got home and got out, I had a mess on my seat. It came through my pants because the pad was not long enough and it did not absorb the leakage. When the guy was doing the demonstration, the messed up thing was that he used water to show it absorb. We already know that water is not equivalent to blood. In my opinion, he should have used like tomato juice, some other type of juice or heavy substance, spaghetti sauce or something, would have gave me the idea that this is absorbent. But I still brought it because I wanted to support them so bad. So I'm out of the pads, but I had my trusty Always, and based off of the spiel he was giving me from, oh, Always and all those other pads are toxic and they use all of this and that, I'm just at this point like, well, we live in a toxic world and we're not going to be rid of every single thing. All we can do is strive to be the healthiest that we can be. So with all that being said, from Rain, I'm going to stick with my Always. And it pains me to say that I do not want to stay with Always. I wanted so bad for this company to be amazing because I wanted to support my black owned business, and I wanted to just have a new product that I could come on here and tell y'all about and say, oh my God, this black owned company is great. But they disappointed me. I think the things that they need to work on is they need to work on making sure that it is definitely absorbent for all women, not just heavy flow, light flow, what have you. They need to work on making sure it is super absorbent. They also need to work on the width of the pad. Every woman is not this. Some women are this, some women are this, some women are bigger than that. They need to work on the width of the pad. I don't feel like it was wide enough and long enough. Like I said, they do have a step up. I feel like if I would have went with the black pack, then I would have probably had a different outcome of the review. But at the same time, the main thing was that it was not absorbent enough. And so that made me have to change my pad often, which meant that I ran through the pack quicker. And it's crazy because Always is just as thin as that pad was. And I wish I had the pad to show y'all, but I don't have no more. You know what I'm saying? They ran out. And I didn't want to come on here showing y'all, look at a bloody pad. No, that's just nasty. So we ain't doing that. But they are the same thin material or the same thin width. Both of them are together, but for some reason, when I wear Always, I don't have to change I have to change my pad, of course, but I don't have to change it as often as I did with Rain. I mean, I was going through them things and I work an 8-hour shift, and in 8 hours, I changed 3 of the Rain pads in 8 hours. I really could have used the 4th one, but I only had 3 left. So I had to kind of, thug it out, make it do what it do. And it was super annoying because my job, I have to move a lot. And I was extra grumpy at work last night. And people were probably trying to figure out what's wrong with her. She normally is a nice, bubbly person. And I was just like, oh, I wish I had my Always. When I do Always and I work a 8-hour shift, I probably will go through 3 pads in an 8-hour shift, probably 3 pads. It depends. If it's my first day, I'm probably going to do like 4. If it's like after my first day, because my first day, Freddy Krueger and Jason is down there. King, 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 king. But after my first, maybe second day, I'm a little lighter. So on my 3rd day in an 8-hour shift, I definitely can do like 3 pads. But on my first day is 4, possibly even 5, depending on how much movement is going on. So I mean, the time frame and how many I use was cool, but it's just that Rain did not hold up to what I'm used to with Always. And I feel like they need to go back to the drawing board and they need to figure out how they can make it more absorbent. They also need to work on the price point. I'm not saying you post to dumb down. I know you want to make a profit. I ain't saying you post to dumb down your product for nobody, but at the same time, in this economy, people is not going to go out and buy this little pack of pads for $10, and then it turns around and it does not do everything that this little diamond says that it does. Now I know you want to believe that it does, but the things that it does not do, it only thing it did not do, it was not super absorbent, and it did not give you leak guard protection. The 2 things on here that I think is the most important: the odor, the leak guard protection, and super absorbent. Those 3 things to me are at the top of the list for a good pad. And the odor, it did do the odor. It did control the odor. But the 2 things that are right up there with odor that is super important, because you don't want to be walking around and get a spot on your pants. That is so embarrassing for a woman. And you don't want to have a bloody mess in your underwear. That's so embarrassing, because have you ever tried to get blood out of your underwear? Child, you'll be... And it's so bad sometimes. I have had horror stories with pads before, and it be so bad sometimes where I just throw the underwear away. I don't even try to scrub it out and get it out there, because I'm just like, it's never going to be the same. And then after you pre-treat it and scrub it the best that you can and put it in the washing machine, you still have that faded spot in there. Then you got to cover it up with a panty liner. But it's just like, I don't like for my underwear to look like that. So I just end up throwing them away. So I've gone through thousands probably pairs of underwear just off of not having the right protection for my cycle. So when I came across Always Overnight Ultra Thins, baby, if you can't meet Always, if you can't step up to the game and blow them out of the water, then you're not for me. And I think I'm gonna stick with them, because I have to be comfortable during that time. It already sucks that you're having to go through pains or cramps or whatever various women have to go through. The last thing you want to do is have to go through a daggone pad that is not dependable. So saying all that to say, my review on Rain, if I had to give it a star review for 1 out of 5 stars, I would say it would probably get 3 stars for me. 3 stars out of 5 for me. And you know what? 2 stars. I want to ride with my people. But 2 stars, because I ended up bleeding through my pants and leaving a stain in my car. I had to scrub the car. I had just got off of work. I work overnight. I was super tired, but I was not about to let that stain sit. I had to scrub my seats. And then it didn't hold up. My underwear was so messed up. I had to hurry up and jump in the shower when I got home. All of that mess, that uncomfortableness made it a 2-star review for this particular product. Maybe if I come across them again, I would get the black pack to see if the black pack is better than the purple and if it holds up more because it's a little longer. But from my observation, and the thing that really irritated me too was that the lady at the table, and they have on the pack that is for heavy flow, and it did not do what it's supposed to do for a heavy flow. And the lady at the table, I basically was telling her, hey, this is how my cycle is, this is how it is, this is what I want, this is what I need, and she recommended this pack. So for it to not be all that it was supposed to be for that pack, that is why that company gets 2 stars. And if you are a heavy flow person, and if you are a person who wants comfortability, I understand that the pads might be toxic, allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly, according to this competitor company, Rain. They claim Always and other pads are toxic, allegedly, and that they use bleach products and all of that stuff, allegedly. Yeah, I mean, that was a selling point. I want to be as healthy as possible, but at the same time, sir, listen, we live in this world and we ain't going to get freed of every single thing, right? So it's almost like you go with what the for lack of better words, the devil that you know versus the one that you don't know. So I'm gonna stick with Always, y'all. So that is the end of my product review on the product Rain, which is a Black-owned company that does sanitary napkins. And if you all are interested in securing Rain and checking it out for yourself, I am going to drop in the description how you can reach out to the manufacturer to see if my assessment of the pad is accurate or if you like it, because this is just for me. You could get it and say, hey, Rain was great for me, I absolutely loved it, but from my observation and my overview of it, I give it a 2 stars, and I'm probably not going to ever buy the product again. Now if they come out and they work on the product and the craft, I'm not gonna say ever buy time again. I might give them another chance, but they have to really get in there and work on their craft and work on the product so that I can feel secure in knowing that I can have a really, really good product, a really, really good pad that can have me comfortable, secure, and protect me the whole duration of my work shift. Okay. So y'all, thank y'all for watching the video. I really appreciate you all. Drop in the comments below if you agree with me, disagree with me, if you've ever heard of rain, if you've ever tried rain. Let me know what y'all think. And most importantly, y'all, please subscribe, like, and comment to this video. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I think we can do it, y'all. I think we can do it. We can definitely do it. We have 4 months. What is this? Well, we might as well say this is September, November. Oh, September, October, November, December. We have 4 months. 4 months to get to 1K subscribers. I know we can do it, y'all. We can do it. We can do it. Thank y'all for watching me, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.